Nothing makes sense right now. The world is just topsy-turvy. I am sitting on the floor recording this right now because nothing makes sense. Velma is getting a second season. My mind can hardly handle the sheer stupidity that the first 4 episodes have given me. Now we're gonna have more? I swear, I will be in an asylum by the time this show has concluded. Velma has proven to be the most pointless show to have ever graced television. And I don't just mean that it never should have been greenlit, it actively proves its lack of inherent value throughout its runtime. Take, for instance, episode 3. It starts in the aftermath of the Velma-Daphne kiss. They must now deal with their feelings for each other. And that's pretty much the episode. Nothing of value was gained, nothing in regards to the plot was furthered, and none of the characters learned anything aside from, the obvious. Now, there is a side plot regarding Melville trying to extract information from Fred about Velma's mom, but he ends up being a therapist for the inmates and eventually causes a prison riot because he forgot a group therapy session because he is the biggest simp for Velma. I thought Velma was the biggest black hole of a character, but it turns out it's actually Melville. Oh, and because of the prison riot, Fred escapes, which nullifies the last episode, which in turn makes the first episode pointless, which means that the whole show has been a waste of time. But then they retcon that by having Fred re-imprisoned by the Lesbo cops, which nullifies the nullification, making this whole thing a waste of time and breath. Oh boy, here we go again. So, episode 3 amounts to a glorified fanfic. What about episode 4? Well, it starts off with another murder, meaning it couldn't have possibly been Fred because he was in prison at that time, so they exonerate him. That means the whole side plot of him escaping prison was a waste of time. Also, Velma defending him in court was useless, which in extension means that episode 1 was pointless, which means that the whole show has been a waste of time. Congratulations! You just made the whole show pointless with one stupid line. And that's how stupid this show is. After that complete waste of time and breath, they finally do something smart for a change. The cops have a big brain moment and realize the killer has only attacked hot girls, so they attach police details to all the hottest girls in the school. But then this show remembers that it's being written by asshats, and Velma says,
Wait, so a couple of middle-aged white dudes are gonna decide which of us are hottest?
First of all, she should immediately become suspect number 1 again because she is actively trying to devalue the natural beauty of other girls, which means she is jealous of them, which gives her motive. Second, the killer is most likely a man, and that means you should rank them by their natural beauty based on those parameters. And third, the standards of feminine beauty is determined by if they have good genes and how fertile they could be. This isn't social commentary, it's biology. Because this show is beyond dumb, they decide to hand the responsibility of ranking the hottest girls to Velma. Problem is, she doesn't know how to rank them. Surprise, surprise. The fact that she can't rank them just proves my point and makes that whole section pointless and invalidates the entire episode. Then... I can't believe they actually did this. She goes to Fred for advice. The fact that she has to go crawling to Fred means that they've prematurely destroyed the entire moral message of this episode. Not to mention, proving my point with the added effect of rendering the previous section pointless, which was already pointless in the first place. This show is a black hole within a black hole. It is so devoid of creativity and just objectively smart thinking. So, Velma decides the best plan of action is to take all the pretty girls and make them uggo. That's literally the term they use, by the way. Except that really won't do anything because the killer still knows each of the girls' identities. So the only person this benefits is Velma, in the fact that she will now be the hottest girl in school by default by making all the other girls uglier. The more and more I find out about her character, the more I believe that she should be the one in jail. So naturally, these girls rebel, which again proves my point and makes this entire episode pointless. Now, because Velma doesn't understand what it means to be a woman. She dresses up as a monster. I don't even need to make a joke here. But her dad's girlfriend, lover, whatever, is having a baby at this moment. But for some reason, a crowd gathers around because apparently people haven't seen a baby born and they have to TikTok it or whatever. I don't know. But in effect, this prevents the ambulance from reaching her. So Velma convinces the hot girls to do a TikTok dance to distract the crowd, which, say it with me, makes this whole episode pointless. The fact that this show tries to be progressive in its values and then immediately trashes that and goes right back to square one proves my point. Never in the history of ever have I ever wanted a show to surprise me more. This show has proved me nothing but right about it. It is terrible. It is pointless. It is stupid beyond stupid. So what did we learn today? That Velma contradicts itself in every possible way. This show is pointless, and I have wasted too much time and breath on this. Goodbye now. I think I'm better